what The Rock is cooking. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Hi guys, welcome back to another Bitrock in-house Twitter space / AMA. We'll wait for a few more people to join the chat or join the space, and then we'll get started in a couple of minutes. All right, guys, we can start now. So welcome back to, like I said, a new Twitter in-house AMA for Bitrock. My name's Procrastinator, and today's Twitter space is going to be a little bit shorter because we just had one last week, but we're going to go over some updates of what happened over the last week and what's again in progress right now, what's to look forward to, and yeah, basically just kind of interact with the community. And it's a nice way for everyone to kind of keep in touch and come together in one place at the same time. So we're trying to do more of these now as we get closer to October as well, which should hopefully have quite a few things going on for us. So without further ado, we can get started. And basically what I want to start off with is, again, some news, what's been happening. Obviously, we had the MEXC listing. And well, actually, before I get to that, for anyone who might be a new joiner to the community or who's joining but has no idea what Bitrock is, I forgot to do this last week, but a very quick introduction. Bitrock is a layer 2 Ethereum solution, sidechain built on Ethereum. We stealth launched on July 13th, so a couple of months ago now. And it is a proof of authority network, IBFT 2.0. Our mainnet is live, including the chain, the explorer, the bridge. We have our own swap, which is Rock Swap, the official, essentially DEX on the Bitrock network. We're also integrated, like I said, or maybe I didn't say that, but we're integrated with Sphinx Labs ecosystem. So again, that includes their bridge. So our official bridge right now is with Sphinx Labs. We're integrated into their swap, their charts, their launchpad, their LP locker, so on, so on. And we're also listed on Bitmart, BitGet, and most recently, as of yesterday, MEXC. So that takes me to my first point. So obviously we had the MEXC listing. I have seen a few people recently, or obviously since the listing, or maybe even before the listing, who haven't maybe listened to our last AMA and may not kind of understand why we listed on MEXC, because previously the team's stance was that we're not going to be listing on them at all. But things do change. And when I say that, I mean the fact that the actual management and ownership of MEXC changed, and the team monitored new listings on the exchange for weeks to see how they would do. Obviously, kind of taking into consideration that each individual project has its own life cycle, and utility projects perform differently than meme projects, and so on. So the change in management and ownership did make a huge difference from what the team has seen and from what the community has seen to the listings in general for new projects that have listed after that. Kind of on a general note. So with that said, obviously a lot of people also kept asking what is the next exchange listings and so on. So obviously the team saw a chance to get listed on an exchange that was previously in the start quite good, and then kind of became not the best, and then kind of switched back and took action to actually correct what's been done, or its reputation essentially, which was not really the best for many, many months, and basically saw a chance to get listed on a solid exchange that would help stabilize Bitrock further, provide different points of liquidity and different pools, and increase accessibility for the community and for users to be able to kind of basically get on different platforms or get on more platforms to appeal and to be easy to access for users of different exchanges. So that happened. More exchange listings will come in the future, of course. So relax on the one exchange, one sex, one exchange, one stuff, all that type of stuff. relax. They will come, and as you've seen, they do come. So uh, we're kind of gradually targeting higher and higher exchanges. And as we climb out of September, hopefully into a more positive October, and then getting closer to the end of the year, and also getting closer to the next Bitcoin halving. So basically, that's going to basically allow us to achieve higher and higher market caps. And essentially, we're looking at hopefully, getting on more tier one and tier two exchanges in the future. So that's going to happen, but please let the team take their time and be able to secure their listings as soon as possible. So that's number one. Number two, kind of moving more onto upcoming news and different kind of updates coming for Bitrock. First of all, kind of starting off on staking. First of all, things have been going quite well. There's quite a bit staked in terms of wrapped Bitrock on the Bitrock chain. I think it's around 27%. And then we have 17% on the Ethereum side. So that's a total of around probably 42%, if my math is right. So between the mainnet and the Ethereum side, we're doing pretty well on the staking, considering that it's pretty close to what it was before mainnet staking was announced and went live. And I think for RockSwap token staking, we're at 78%, which is crazy. So we've mentioned many times before in our AMAs on Twitter, on Telegram, and even in the chat itself, that the team continues to monitor the sustainability of the staking pools and make sure that the long term is always the priority in terms of offering a sustainable and hopefully kind of long-term staking pool and rewards. So the next reduction in APY is going to be happening tomorrow. Basically what we're looking at is the Ethereum side will be reduced to 10% for Bitrock on the Ethereum side, staking. Mainnet Bitrock staking or mainnet WBrock or wrapped Bitrock staking is going down to 30%. That's been live for probably around 3 weeks now. It was at 60, it's going down to 30. Ethereum side was at 30, it's going down to 10. And RockSwap staking APY is going down to 50%, 50 from 90. And that's been live for, I don't know, probably over a month now, maybe closer to a month and a half for RockSwap. So change is coming for all three. And again, take this positively because it ensures that the staking pool and rewards stay sustainable for the long term. And of course, we try to, of course, always communicate these reductions ahead of time. So those will go in effect as of tomorrow. Again, the team will be announcing this in the chat as well. So one more time, the Ethereum side, Bitrock will be going down to 10% APY. WBrock on the mainnet side is going to be going down to 30% from 60. And then lastly, RockSwap token is going down to 50% from 90%. So I hope that's clear enough for people who may be confused whether they should stake now before the APY reduction. It does not make a difference. Anyone who is staked, the APY will be automatically reduced or adjusted for them as well. So current people who are currently staking RockSwap token or wrapped Bitrock on the mainnet or Ethereum Bitrock, everyone will be affected. The reduction applies to anyone. So even if you've already staked for a day, for a week, for 2 months, or if you're about to stake tomorrow, or if you stake anytime in the future, the same APY will apply to you, all right? So there's no difference, and that's how it's going to be. So the third thing I wanted to quickly mention is that we are still waiting on Trust Wallet's clearance to basically approve or allow or open the door for new chain integrations. We're hoping to hear from them in the beginning of week of October. It is not related to us specifically. Trust Wallet are currently closed for new blockchain integrations. And that's the case for anyone who's approaching them at the moment. They have some updates that they're working on their wallet. So once those are done, hopefully within the first week of October or so, the door is going to be open, and we already have contacts and we have an open channel with them. So the integration process will continue from where it was paused. Hopefully, once they open up again the chance for blockchain integrations. So that's estimated to be the first week of October, and to open the door for new chain integrations. And from there, we don't have an exact ETA yet, but however long it takes for them to hopefully integrate the Bitrock chain, that's the ETA that we're kind of looking at. I'm not sure, it could be a week, could be a month, could be 2 months. We'll know closer to when they hopefully kind of get back to opening blockchain integrations again, which should be soon. So we'll keep you guys updated on all of this as we kind of do more AMAs and in-house Twitter spaces and so on. But that's where that's standing. But that's currently the nearest wallet integration that is going to probably be happening. Other wallet integrations will happen as well, of course, but Trust Wallet is the kind of nearest one in terms of contact with their teams and where the process is right now and so on. The next thing I kind of want to talk about is the V2 Explorer. So that's one thing. First of all, the V2 Explorer is almost done. We are looking to put it out by the end of this week. So keep an eye out. There's some final testing to be done, final touches here and there. And we're just kind of monitoring how it's performing because it's running in parallel to the existing Explorer that we have to kind of just monitor the performance and make sure everything's fine. And it will be out by the end of this week. So we can look forward to that. And we will be having a kind of some screenshots, and obviously the link will be out when it's out. But at the same time, because it's an upgrade similar to how we did with RockSwap V2, the Explorer will be down for about 30 minutes. We will announce ahead of time when it will be taken down, so the team can essentially deploy the new V2 Explorer on the same link as the current Explorer. And once the downtime is done and the update is done, then basically you can use the same link as before. And instead of seeing the old Explorer, you will see the new one. So it's the exact same thing as what happened with V2 of RockSwap. We had a brief downtime, could be 30 minutes, could be less. And then the same RockSwap link that you were all using before automatically had the update to V2. So that's coming again by the end of this week, so we can look forward to that. And we've already shared some screenshots in the chat. We've already had a very brief kind of bullet points on what you can expect from the Explorer. And the rest we kind of want to leave for everyone to discover by themselves, because it is honestly a major improvement on the current Explorer. And hats off, props to the dev team. They've really done some great work here. And to be quite honest, it's actually better than a lot of other existing blockchain explorers. So you guys can look forward to a lot kind of more streamlined experience. It looks nicer, it feels nicer, it's faster, it gives you more data. Just really great work by the team, honestly, and I'm really excited to kind of wait for everyone to see it. So that's coming out by the end of the week. Could be tomorrow, could be day after. That's going to be up to the team when everything's done and ready. And again, they will announce any downtime ahead of time. So if anyone is, kind of logs into the existing scanner during the downtime, they may experience some disruptions while the updates are being done. But the downtime window will be announced ahead of time. And so you guys will be able to then access the new V2 after that. So that's with the V2 Explorer. Now, obviously, we just kind of a very quick rundown of things you can expect. We have more AMAs coming. We're going to have another AMA tomorrow, or another Twitter Space AMA tomorrow. We're going to be part of Ninja Lounge's AMA session on Twitter. So they've invited us for a follow-up since they've last had us. So that's going to happen tomorrow at 8 p.m. UTC. So you guys can look forward to that. Of course, there's going to be a timer in the chat, but it's nice to kind of go back. Last AMA we did with them was a Telegram AMA. This one is going to be a Twitter space. And obviously, it's nice to kind of go reach out to different communities and show them what's happened since we've talked to them last. So this is going to be nice. And then next week, we're going to have more AMAs as well. There's one confirmed so far, and then there's more to come as we finish planning them. And we do have a thread contest happening right now. So Twitter thread contest. The details are in the Bitrock Telegram, and they are also on Twitter. So if you guys go take a look at the Twitter post on the about the thread competition, or if you check the pinned messages on Telegram, you will see that we have a competition for the best thread. And basically what that means is that you can kind of draft, write a thread, an educational, informative thread, promotional thread for Bitrock on your Twitter account, post it, and then kind of there's all the different criteria there to be able to be eligible for the competition and the prize. So once you actually fulfill the criteria, the team will consider your entry, and then winners will be chosen. But again, make sure you kind of follow all the different steps and criteria in the posts. So this is obviously aimed at kind of increasing awareness, engaging with the community. And of course, as we get closer to October and further after October as well, and during October, there's going to be more marketing, there's going to be more events, there's also going to be more partners for Bitrock. So Bitrock will be onboarding more and more partners going into October when the market picks back up. September has been quite boring, and for some projects, it's been quite difficult to navigate. For us, you know, we've had our ups and downs, of course. We've made it out okay. So hopefully, as we head closer to the next, to October and the next bull run as well, things will pick up more and more. And a couple more things, right? So partner projects, there's a few things being finalized. I mentioned this in last week's AMA. A lot of projects don't want to launch in September because of general crypto performance. So we, of course, understand because the launch is controlled 100% by the team or the partner team of the project that wants to launch on the chain. We can't force people to launch earlier than they want to. So for some of the upcoming partner projects, they're kind of just waiting out September to end, and they plan to kind of launch in October. For others, the KYCs are in progress. For others, there's the vetting process is still ongoing. And for others, they're kind of finalizing their utilities, their white paper, their websites, stuff like that. But everything else is done. So going into October, we can definitely expect some more partner projects to come. But again, completely understandable that most partner projects don't want to take the risk, especially on a relatively young and new blockchain, to launch in in September. So we'll have more news on the further partner projects in other AMAs, upcoming AMAs, and obviously there's going to be details and information released on Telegram and on Twitter when the time comes, so that there's that to look forward to. And the last update I have for today is the fact that the team have kind of come up with a very interesting idea for kind of publicizing on-chain activity and projects more, especially for more unofficial projects. So What we're kind of looking at, and if you're interested and you fulfill the criteria, feel free to DM one of the team members, not me, one of the team members. So Bitrock Lesnar, or The Rock. You can DM one of the team members. If you have a project or you're part of a team that has worked on a project or have a live project on the Bitrock chain, if you have your liquidity locked for at least a month, and if you have some type of value to your project and you're not just a random project that's going to kind of, you know, have something going on for a day and then die. If you actually have a solid idea you have a live project with liquidity locked for a month, and the project has some type of value proposition, whether it's a utility, it doesn't have to exactly be live, but if you have a planned utility, especially if you have a white paper, or if you have some type of unique kind of meme idea or a unique kind of meme project with good tokenomics and stuff like that. So if you fulfill those criteria, of course, a plus would be if you have a KYC or an audit or both. Bonus if you've burned your liquidity. Bonus if you've renounced your contract. But these are not kind of requirements. These are bonuses. So if you fulfill the basic criteria of LP lock for more than a month, either a utility project with some type of solid value to add to the chain, whether the utility is live or not, or a unique kind of meme or non-utility project, let's put it that way, with Go Tokenomics, what you can do is DM the team, one of the team members. Please don't spam them, just DM them. And what we're looking to have is periodic. It might be once a week, it might be once every 2 weeks, maybe once every 3 weeks. We'll see, depending on the demand, depending on how many projects we have, and so on. Have basically host those projects on a Bitrock in-house Twitter space, and we'll give each of those projects a 10-minute slot, or kind of plus minus 10 minutes, to kind of speak about their project, what they have going on, what their value proposition is. So it's somewhat like a project showcase. And that's kind of it's part of, kind of having an additional incentive for people to launch more projects on the chain, to take their shot, to kind of have more unique ideas on chain as well, and especially to kind of bring more attention to those types of projects who may well be, even though they're unofficial projects, but they may well have some type of value, and kind of bring more eyes from the Bitrock community and from the Bitrock team to those projects, so that people can do more research on them. And obviously, this is not financial advice, but do their own research on them and decide, kind of take out the good from the bad, allow kind of the project teams to show themselves to the community by talking about their project. Of course, it doesn't have to be on video, but it does need to at least be audio. So it's going to obviously, again, be part of the Bitrock in-house Twitter space. It might be a part of the Bitrock in-house Twitter space. It might be a dedicated Twitter space by the Bitrock Twitter page, basically, for showcasing those projects. So again, if you fulfill those criteria, please feel free to DM the team. And as we start kind of getting more and more traction on that side of things, and we'll kind of gauge the community's interest, and we'll see how much interest comes from those teams of those projects. We can set one up weekly, bi-weekly, and so on, depending on that. Obviously, there's no set date for when the first one is going to happen, because of course we need to hear from the teams of those projects that want to be hosted on this kind of project showcase. So once we have kind of what we consider to be a decent amount of projects for one showcase, maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 3, then we'll announce a date, and we'll have those teams come in and speak about the projects. Keep in mind that as unofficial projects, that does not mean that these projects are endorsed by the team, partnered with the team, or supported by the Bitrock team. This is simply a showcase idea to bring more attention to those on-chain projects that do have some value to them, which means you would still have to do your own research. You may have to make sure that what you're investing is something that you're willing to lose, as is with any crypto investment, not just these projects, but even official projects, Bitrock, or even Ethereum or Bitcoin or whatever. It's the #1 rule in crypto. Everyone should know this by now. So that does not mean, again, it is a partner project. It does not mean it is endorsed by the team. It does not mean that they've kind of passed the different criteria for becoming a partner project. So that needs to be made very clear. But it's a nice idea to kind of have projects come and share their journeys from when they launched to where they are now, even if they're a day old, a day old, a week old, however long they've been in the market. So that's what I want to kind of leave off with. So again, if you're interested, make sure you fulfill the criteria first, and then DM the team, and the team will be happy to kind of evaluate your project and its eligibility for within those criteria, and see if basically it's something that would work for the showcase. So yeah, that's what I kind of want to leave off with, guys. Today's kind of Twitter space was more of an update. So we will have another AMA with questions and stuff like that. So today's one, due to time constraints, is just an update AMA. If you have any questions for today, please put them in the Telegram channel, and we'll be happy to answer them. And of course, in the future AMAs and Twitter spaces and stuff like that, you can always ask your questions there too. So like I said, a little bit shorter, and again, going into October, there's going to be more and more happening. But keep in mind that September was just a very tough month for crypto in general, and we're looking forward to a more positive October. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I hope that you found value in what we shared today. And look out for the Explorer V2 in the next couple of days. And I hope you guys enjoy the experience with it. It's pretty much as good, if not even better, than many scanners or explorers for many established blockchains already. So excited for you guys to try that out. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Tomorrow, we're going to have an AMA, like I said. The details will be announced either later today or probably tomorrow. And we'll see you guys there. So have a great day, night, afternoon, guys. And we'll see you in the next one.
What the rock is cooking.